out here with the owners of Canine Service Pals, Ivy Fodor and Bob Capone. It is a service organization, and they're going to tell us a little bit about what Canine Service Pals is.
Canine Service Pals is a 501c3. We're a nonprofit, and it's an organization where we're working with the Beaver County Humane Society and PART, and we rescue shelter dogs. We train them to be service dogs, and then we give them to kids and people with mobility disabilities.
And we give them to them free of charge. We don't charge them anything. We like to do that just to give back.
That's an awesome service. So how long have you been doing the Canine Service Pals program?
So the organization's been in business for 2.5 years. We're going on 2.5 years.
Great. What are the requirements for a dog to be trained as a Canine Service Pal? Like, what do they have to go through?
So it starts out when we need a new puppy into the program. We'll let either PART or Beaver County Humane Society know that we need another dog, and the kind of dog that we look for is a larger dog because it's for mobility support. And so that would be like a golden retriever or a lab or a shepherd. Any one of those combinations mixed up is fine for us. We're looking for a dog that's a good retriever, and then we bring them into our program and test them out to see if we're looking for that happy-go-lucky, that tail-wagging personality. And once we've selected a dog, then we put it with a puppy raiser. And a puppy raiser is a person that actually volunteers out of the goodness of their heart to take care of this dog for approximately 1 year to 2 years. And the dog just lives with them, and they come to training twice a month, and we work with the dog, and then we tell them what we want them to do when they're at home, how to do some specialized training with the dog.
And for the most part with the puppy raisers, it's obviously it's a puppy, so it's just a basic training. We're just trying to get the dog, have basic training.
Good manners.
Yeah, good manners, so that when it is time to match the dog up with a person, they do have their basics under control, and then we can start with the specific stuff.
How do you match a person with a dog?
So that's a great question. So what we do is first we'll interview anybody that's looking for a service dog, and during the interview process, what we're looking for is what are their needs? What do they need a service dog?
How could a dog help them?
Right. Do they need help walking? Do they need a dog to pick things up? There's different needs. Everybody has different needs. So that's the first thing we do. Then once we understand what their needs are, usually what we do is we let the person and the dog pick each other. So we'll bring the person to one of our training sessions, and all the dogs will be there. And then usually the dogs or the people, they gravitate towards each other. Now, just because that happens, that doesn't mean that's going to be the dog, because now we have to see if that specific dog that chose that person really can do what the person needs. And if it can, then we can go from there and start on the real specific training with the dog and specialized training. But if not, then we'll just pick another dog and try to see if they bond.
We had a boy named Logan, and when we interviewed him, we asked him what he wanted out of a service dog, and he said that he wanted to be able to walk across the stage in a year to get his diploma without holding on to anybody or anything.
So we
like,
had 9
no
months.
pressure.
I was like, yeah, not too much pressure there. 9 months to get this dog ready for him.
Yeah, and he ended up, he did walk across the stage. It was really hard to train a dog to get used to 1,000 people yelling and screaming. And so I called the trainer the night before. Dan Gratian is our trainer, and I called him and I said, "How you doing?" And he said, "I'm gonna throw up."
Oh no.
He was very nervous. They walked across the stage, and every kid stood up, and everybody in the stand stood up and cheered, and Reese's Cup was the dog, and Logan walked across like rock stars, and it went perfect.
And I tell you, every time I tell that story, I get chills, because it's just amazing when we were there to see like even all the kids that were graduating, when he got up, they all just got up. People were crying. It was just an amazing moment for him, his family, and anybody that was there. It was really heartwarming.
That's one of my favorite stories. I actually got to meet Logan and Reese's Cup, so I love that story.
Yeah.
So how many dogs do you run through this program in a year, typically?
We usually give out 2 or 3 dogs. It takes a lot of training, a lot of time to train the dogs. Each one of our dogs, by the way, have a food name. It's kind of, we just did that because after we give the dogs away, we try to have the kids keep coming back for training with their dogs, and it kind of turns into a little club. Part of their club is they have a dog with a food name. We have Reese's Cup and Pierogi,
Jolly Rancher,
Licorice, Flapjack,
Raisin. Yeah, so they're all food names, and that was our idea from the beginning. Is, you know, a lot of these kids are ostracized in high school, and they're not part of groups. So now they're part of a group, and it makes them feel good when they come here and they're part of a group.
Mm-hmm. That's an awesome perk. So how can people help you grow this program? What can we do to help?
So the most important thing we need is funding. We
Donations.
need people to donate money. Go to our website, canineservicepals.org, and there's a page there to donate. So we work solely off of donations. We've been self-funding right now for the first 2.5 years. Each dog costs anywhere around $20,000 to $25,000 by the time you're done with all the boarding, the training, the medication, the bedding, just even little things like beds and toys. But
treats.
Treats. So the donations, is what we really need to help keep this program going. We believe that it's a really good program, and we're helping kids. We're helping dogs also. We're saving dogs from the shelter, and then we're helping young adults try to navigate through life with difficulties that they have, and we just need the money to continue to do that.
Okay, so your website is the best way for them to find information or place a donation. Do you want to tell them what that is again?
Yes, so it's canineservicepals.org.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.